Hey, let's help our clients turn their workbooks, their PDFs into fillable PDFs so their clients, their students can actually work through the workbook and fill in their own information. Hey, I'm Emily Reagan. I teach virtual assistants how to be digital marketing assistants who are highly paid and highly prized. And in some of the clients we serve, we help course creators, coaches, membership site owners with the launching and the marketing of their courses. And then sometimes that continues on to help them actually do the deliverables, the fulfillment of their coaching programs. And we're supporting them in whatever ways we can. And that can be with PDFs, simple creating workbooks, and then handing them over to the students. So my tip today is going to help you with Adobe Acrobat because it's very confusing where you go to export PDFs into another PDF. So first, I'm just going to walk you through this process. This isn't something I teach in my Unicorn Digital Marketing Assistant School, so I figured I would do a tech walkthrough so you could bring this to the table on your own and you could really wow your own clients with these fillable PDFs. So I design a lot of my PDFs here in Canva. It's my favorite tool. You can sign up using my affiliate link in the notes below. This is my master, I call it business building homework. All of these are designed as PDFs for students inside my program to get stuff done when it comes to the back end of their business. So I'm just going to show you real quick. It's a long, like 12-page document here, all strung out together. And the goal is to deliver each one of these each week to my students so they can get stuff done during the program while they're also learning marketing services. So the first thing I'm going to do is make sure I export this and download it from Canva as a PDF. So I'm just going up here to export. I'm switching it to PDF standard because this isn't like a high quality, we don't need a large file size, and I'm going to hit download. Now I'm going to go to my Finder. I'm on a Mac and I'm going to go to my downloads and I can see it right here. So here it's going to open up in Adobe Acrobat. But the problem is if I were to hand this over to a student, they couldn't just do it digitally. Yeah, some people like to print things out and put them in binders. Other people want a digital document and I want them to be able to write their own notes. And we all know how the formatting on a Google Doc or a Word doc gets messed up. Also, if you try to export from Adobe Acrobat into a Word doc, it gets messed up as well. So we want to keep the beautiful formatting of our PDF, but we want our students to be able to check these boxes and really have a good experience. So what I'm going to do is inside Adobe, come here and I'm going to hit on Tools and I'm going to come to Prepare Form. Now, sometimes the prepare form will automatically find fields and insert them, but what I have found is it doesn't like my PDF. So it's going to take some extra manual work, which is a little bit of a pain in the butt, but that's okay. I'll show you how to do it. So now we're here under the prepare form tools. I just find it a little clunky and hard to understand inside Adobe. So that's why I made this training video. It took me a while to get it. First thing we're going to do is replace our checkboxes. It's going slow because I'm recording, so just bear with it. I'm going to hit this checkbox and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to match it up to where my checkboxes are. And I'm just going to do this over and over. I want to have separate checkboxes for all of my places because it needs to be different. It's just one-on-one, I'm going to do that. Now this part is really easy. Now you can see each checkbox is kind of cut off right here, has its own number. This one's 74, this one will be 73. They need to be separate. Otherwise, if you check it, it will populate on all of the other boxes that have the same number. I'll explain in a second. So this is just sheet 1, super easy. Now I'm going to go to sheet 2 and I'll come back and finish this for my program. But sheet 2 gets a little bit different. So yes, we have a checkbox. I'm going to go ahead and fill this in so you can see when it's done. And then we have a list. As part of our pre-class work, we get our students to start brainstorming their skills and abilities. So that way they can create services from what they already know. So I am going to click on this text box here. It's called Add a Text Field, and I'm going to place it right here by the number 1. And then I'm going to make sure it's the right size. This is a pain in the butt, but this is important. All right. Now you can see right here, this is text box 76. If I were just to copy and paste it, the next one would be 76 as well. So if my student were to fill in a skill they had, say it's transcription, the same answer would appear on item number 2, which is not what we want. So do not copy and paste. Take the time to create a box for each line. Now, it would have been ideal if I had sized my lines to fit this already pre-made size. I wasn't that smart, but maybe you'll give yourself a little bit more room when you're designing your Canva, and that way it could just be as easy as like plop and repeat, right? Okay, that's a technical term. Plop and repeat. Okay, so here is what we do. We're going to do that for all 10 items. I'm going to skip that part right now. I'm going to show you what we don't want to do is just do a massive text box here, and we could do this. This is another option. This is its own text box, new number, but you need to be aware of the properties if you're going to do this. If you hit Control and click and go to properties, you're going to want to make sure that you have toggled on multi-line. That way your student who's using this workbook could create separate lines of text. So I'm going to hit close. Okay, so let's pretend like we have this sheet done. Now here's the problem. You should be able to just export it, but that's not how it works. If I were to go over here to Tools and use the Export tool, you can see that you can export it as a Microsoft Word doc. It doesn't do us any good. It's also going to jack up our spacing and our formatting. You have a spreadsheet option, PowerPoints, you have images. If you go to more formats, you don't see PDF. It makes no sense. I spent way too much time to figure this out. What I want you to do instead is close out of there and go ahead and hit the Save button. Go up here to File, Save As, and you're going to make sure you save it as a PDF to your computer. So here's what I do. I go to Choose Different Folder, and I make sure it's in my own downloads. That way I can easily find it. And for the sake of this one, we're going to say Fillable PDF Example, because I have been working on this, so there's a couple in my files. Okay, so there we go. This automatically saved as is to my files. So we'll go to the File Finder. We'll open this fillable PDF. Now, if I just double click on it, it's going to go right back to where we were. It's hard to tell if it actually worked. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the file, and I'm going to click, Control click, and I'm going to say open with Google Chrome. And this is what our clients and our students would see. Now they have a fillable PDF, and they could check the boxes after they're done. Let's go to the area that we just did and see how we could do skill 1. And I know how to spell. It doesn't actually populate the same word under 3. So that's why we did separate boxes for each line. And then over here, we have a larger field, but if we were to keep typing, it would move on to the next line, which is nice. So it does make numbering things hard, but at least your people could. Now remember, we had scroll along text checked, and that means that our students could keep filling in that paragraph even if they went over the allowed size. So here's what I mean. If I kept going, it would all hide inside there. So you may or may not want that setting. I think it depends on what kind of document you have. I think I would like to have it off. And when I create this document for my students, I will check it off. So that's what you do. Then you could come here and save it. You could export page by page. And then what I do with my students is give them each a page to be working on while we're learning marketing services. And at the end of the program, I give it again to them all in one spot. But this way they can be moving forward with their business. If you want to get started as a work from home digital marketing assistant, a freelancer offering marketing digital services, I'm your girl. I've been doing this work for 13 plus years. It's been amazing. As a mom of 4 and a military spouse, I've been able to move and take my clients with me. I have a free guide to help you out with the marketing services to start with. Go grab that right here in this video and follow me. I share techie tips and insight on working from home as a freelancer, how you can better serve your clients and take on the job title of digital marketing assistant. I'll see you in the next video.